welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Bottker, Newman, and Schein, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Eric Sarver from Sarver Law Firm, PLLC. So, Eric, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Michael, thanks for having me on. It's really good to be here.
Sure. So, Eric, tell us, what is the Sarver Law Firm and what's your role in the company?
Sure. Well, the Sarver Law Firm, Michael, it's an employment law and business law practice. We represent small to mid-sized businesses in three areas. The first is compliance. We help you, the business owner that is, to understand and follow labor and employment laws in order to avoid fines and penalties from federal and state agencies, and to reduce your risk of employee lawsuits. The second area where we practice is in litigation defense, mainly defending employers and companies in court, at arbitrations, or in government investigations for claims of everything from employment discrimination to wage and hour, overtime violations, or a breach of an employment contract. And we save our clients, hopefully, from costly verdicts. And the last thing we do in the employment law realm is we draft and update all those fun employee handbooks and employment contracts and onboarding documents. And then lastly, in the business law realm, my services range from business formation, restructuring, to buy, sells, and drafting contracts, and then top it off with some commercial litigation.
Perfect. So,
Yeah.
Eric, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
It's funny. It's an interesting question. I'd say, well, if your clients, let's say, were starting their own business, perhaps after a divorce, often there's a change in the financial situation and they're required to perhaps form a business. They might need my help with the business formation, I would say, or the incorporation, with drafting contracts, and perhaps guiding them through the employment laws that relate to their hiring. Or you might have an employee, Michael, who is coincidentally, when it rains, it pours. They're getting divorced and they're being sued by an employee. And in those cases, I'd be able to best help them.
Okay. So, Eric, what are the challenges that you face in your area of work?
Interesting question. Well, it's funny. It's a small team I have. It's myself and three of counsel associates, an admin assistant, and some consultants that work for me. But one challenge I have is the first one really involves state agencies. You've got the New York State Department of Labor and the Workers' Comp Board. In recent years, Michael, have been really cracking down on increasing audits on small businesses and companies. And they're going after small business for even minor violations or unintentionally running afoul of New York State labor laws. So my challenge there is making sure my clients are protected. The second challenge I'd say is with all the newly passed and changing employment and labor laws, especially if you're a company or business working in New York State or New York City. So I make sure my clients are up to date, and the challenge there is making sure they come to me so we can redouble their compliance efforts. I say those are the two biggest challenges I see.
All right. And what would be the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
I'd say, Michael, the best way to contact me is through by phone, well, phone or text. I give my direct line, which is 917-930-8684. And that's for a text or a call. The second best way to contact me is through our email, our firm's email. You can email me at either admin, ADMIN, at sarverlawfirm.com, CCing me at EMS at sarverlawfirm.com. It's SARVERLAWFIRM.com.
Okay. Well, now, Eric, we have now come to the most important part of our show.
I'm ready for it.
Okay. And it is the question of the week. So, Eric Sarver, this is your question of the week.
Okay.
If you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
Oh, that is a good question. I'd say, Michael, I would switch lives for a day with my son, Nathan. He's 3 years old, almost 4, and I do get a window into his world from his daily recounting, of his time at daycare and nursery school. But I would love to actually experience the world through his eyes for a day, to see things from his perspective, to see how he interprets events and guess how he observes people and what he feels like for his family and friends. I'd love to do that. Be really nice.
I love that answer. That is a great answer. And Eric Sarver, you have said it all. You are helping business owners one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thank you, Michael. It was a pleasure being here. Thanks for having me on the show.